become, and also to restir the pan. As it gets closer to being done, you're going to want to lower the heat. By the last 5 minutes, it should be up.
On the video, Mom.
Hey, my drama is what's going to make this video funny.